A force that opposes relative motion or attempt motion between systems in a constant is called friction. रगड़। जब हम एक जिस्म को दूसरे जिस्म पर रख करके सीटते हैं तो मुखालिफ सिमत में एक फोर्स पैदा होती है जिसे हम रगड़ कहते हैं और इंग्लिश में फ्रैक्शन कहते हैं। जब हम ज़मीन पर कोई बाल फेंकते हैं तो वो कुछ देर बाद रुक जाता है, तो उसका रुकना जो होता है तो वो एक फोर्स अमल करती है जिसकी वजह से बाल रुक जाते हैं। फोर्स जो होती है वो रेजिस्टेंस फोर्स होती है, वो बाल को रोकती है, उसे हम रगड़ या फ्रैक्शन कहते हैं। आर rest force which opposes the motion of an object while it is in the contact with its surrounding is called friction. Notation: friction is denoted by mu. Quantity: friction is a vector quantity. SI unit: at SI unit is Newton. Examples: when we rub slight overhand on a table top, we can feel the friction opposing this motion. Number 2. A ball moving along the ground comes to rest after some time. The force which decreases the velocity of the ball and stop its motion is the force of friction. Microscopic basis of friction. Earth's surface is rough. Even surfaces that appear to be highly polished can actually look quite rough when examined under microscope. Some surfaces are more rough than others. Therefore, when one surface slides over another, these irregular bumps into one another, which give rise to frictional force. Secondly, at this constant point, the molecules of the different bodies are close enough to exert strong attractive force on each other, thus opposing a motion and result in friction. What is a normal force? How it affects friction? A constant force perpendicular to constant surface that prevent two objects from passing through one another is called normal force. The normal force is denoted by Fn. How normal force affect friction? Consider a book rising on a horizontal table surface by Newton's third law. The book exerts the force on a table due to its weight, and as a reaction, table exerts force on a table, which which in this case is a normal force. The normal force due to table must have just the right magnitude to keep the book from falling through the table. If no another vertical forces act, the normal force on the table is equal in magnitude to the book weight. Let us consider the figure. Normal force, table, book and weight. Check the figure. Turn the page. If the surface of the table is not horizontal, the normal force figure is not vertical and it's not equal in magnitude to the weight of the book. Since the normal force is perpendicular to the constant force, even horizontal surface, if there are other vertical force acting on the book, then the normal force is not equal in magnitude to the book's weight. Let us consider figure. Difference between static and kinetic friction by given example. Static friction definition: the friction force that tends to prevent stationary object from starting to move is called static friction. Kinetic friction definition: the kinetic force that acts on against during a motion of an object in direction opposite to the direction of a motion is called kinetic friction. The force friction acting on a body when it is at rest is called static friction. The force of a friction acting on a body when it is in motion is called kinetic friction. Newton. Static friction denoted by Fs. Notation. Kinetic friction is denoted by Fk. Example: when we push horizontally on a heavy cart, the cart does not move. It means that the second force that acts on the cart to opposes our force, and this force must be directed opposite to our applied force and have the same magnitude to balance or push the second force in frictional force. When we push even harder, the cart still does not move. It means that the frictional force still balances our push. When we push even harder, the cart will does not move. The frictional force can change in magnitude so that the two force still balance no if we push. Example: when the heavy cart start motion, kinetic friction no replaces static friction. If we are applying same force on a heavy craft after it started motion, F accelerates, which means that the kinetic friction is less than static friction, and under drag the heavy craft with the constant velocity, we have to reduce the force to make equal to the kinetic friction.